Hello and good afternoon to you all. How you all doing? Trust you are all keeping safe. Trust you are taking necessary precautions. I will never stop having to say that again and again. I want to specially welcome you to this edition of Millionaires Forum, brought to you by Lifepage Group, a real estate investment company. We are primarily in the business of making lives richer, and we do so by extending real estate opportunities to people from all walks of life. All right, so I want to welcome you. The Millionaires Forum is that version of event we host on a weekly basis for majority of our marketing partners from all over the world. With the new normal, we've got no other choice but to just host online, leverage technology to drive whatever we've always done offline. You need to understand that the season that we are in right now requires um, innovation, requires new approach. What used to work no longer works. There are new rules for doing the things that you used to do, right? So you've got to take note of that. Again, before now, before pre-COVID, um, 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 online was back end, and while offline was front end. The tides have changed, right? It's no longer as usual anymore. So right now, online is now the front end, offline is now the back end. So, and we shouldn't expect things to return to what it used to be. Rather, we should begin to prepare for the next phase of changes that will come. And that's pretty much what this is all about. So I want to specially welcome you. Yesterday, one of us, put to bed, and yesterday also marked, our wedding anniversary. So we celebrate with our partner, Mrs. Odofin. Thank you so much for your input. Thank you for your contribution so far. And forgive me, everyone else, just in case I don't mention you and all of those things. So sometimes it all depends on what comes to my mind, per time. So it's not, I'm not playing favoritism here. So forgive me just in case I come across as that, but that's not exactly what it is. But I just remember that even as I give this pleasantry. So I want to welcome you all to this special edition. Um, right, so we began examining 7 fundamentals of real estate investing um, last week, and we'll be going back again into that. We'll be going into part 2 of that series, and then when we're done with that, we take a moment also to provide us the announcement. Let me also reiterate that the purpose of this Millionaires Forum is threefold, I beg your pardon. One is for evaluation. So if you're part of this team, you're a member of our tribe, and you're part of this community of marketing partners, it's time. This moment is for reevaluation. It's for evaluation. It's for appraisal. And it's also for preparation. And lastly, is for empowerment. We will get a bit more interactive with these in the coming weeks, in order to make it a bit more interactive so that we can really do a thorough evaluation as we should. As you can see, I'm streaming and I'm not seeing any of you right now, but we will repackage this in another way to be able to engage us more deeply. So welcome once again. So this is the empowerment angle to the Millionaires Forum, and that's what we can cover within the time frame that we have. All right, so let's get into the 7 fundamentals we mentioned last week. That there are 3 things you can do with money. You can waste it, you can spend it, you can invest it. We mentioned that foolish people waste money, average and ordinary regular people spend money, and then thirdly, you invest it, and this is what wise people do with their funds. All right, so let's take note of that. And all right, the next thing I need to quickly mention was just a quick recap on what we shared last week, and that is whenever, please, can I give you a few minutes, please? I'll be back shortly. Apologies, please. I'm back. All right. So, just a quick recap on what we shared last week. So, we said last week, whenever you want to invest, always begin with the end in mind. This is one very important fundamental when it comes to investing. It truly, the way by which you can increase your money or multiply your money is by investing. Then it's a very important thing to do. However, it's important to understand these basics. All right. So whenever you want to invest, you begin with the end in mind. Number two, we said there is no such thing as a risk-free investment. There's no such thing as a risk-free investment. There are only low risk, moderately risky, and aggressively risky investment. The greater your risk, the greater your returns. And there's a way you can take great risk and find ways to mitigate those risks through contracts, agreements, and through insurance. Okay, and then through collateralization. These are all measures available to mitigate, attendant risk that may be associated with your investment. All right. Number three, we said there is a relationship between risk and profit. I've mentioned that already. The higher the risk, the higher the returns. The lower the risk, the lower the returns. And then number four, we said that there's a huge difference between savings and investment, between savings and investments. While it is not a bad idea to save money, it is a bad idea to expect to create wealth through savings. The principal idea behind savings is number one, to inculcate the discipline to postpone gratification. If you have not mastered the ability to postpone gratification, you will never have any measure of liquidity at any point in time. You will always be found wanting. Anytime opportunities come, you won't be able to harness them. And anytime there is an emergency, you won't be able to address it. So you want to make sure that you deal with this very importantly. All right. So we also mentioned that, investment on the other hand multiplies. So you make money by working or adding value to other people or solving problems for people. That's what we do in business. That's what we do in our places of work. We make money when we work. And when we work, the greatest way to work, the smartest way to work is by adding value, solving problems, right? And supplying people's needs and meeting their needs and all of that. And then the more of that you're doing successfully, the more money flows to you. And then we manage money through budgeting, right? So having a structure of how defining, like I say and I share all the time, it's also in my book, Living Above Financial Pressure. um, Budget is a money making and money spending plan. So there's a part of it that you make, there's a part of it that you spend. So a budget gives you an idea of where your money should go even before you make it. And that's how we manage money. We also multiply money by investing it, by sending the money to work hard for us. So on one leg of the equation, you are actively working. That's what we call active income. You are actively working in order to make income. But on the other leg, you are deploying the money to work for you. And it is how well and how committed you are to that leg, that side of the invest of that leg, that determines how quickly you'll be free from having to work for money the rest of your life. And that's why I love, the sage who said, if you don't find a way to make money while you are, if you don't find a way to make money while asleep, you will work till you die. So the way we find a way to make money while asleep is by investing. And that's very important. However, the fact that you have to invest doesn't mean you should not understand these basic principles. So it's basic, it's rudimentary, but it's important we take them to heart. So let's look at the other three that we have for today. All right. So number five, I beg your pardon. You can never be rich if all you do is save money and not invest. Understand this fundamental. The richest people are not the savers. The richest people are the investors, right? So they are either investing in the business or investing in a project. They collaborate on SPVs, special purpose vehicles. They float new, projects, new ventures, and all of those things. So they build up so much capital, and then the residual is what they are even using to take some level of risk. They have some kind of safety net in different projects, in different asset classes, and then the reserve is what they can play with. And that's pretty much how this works. That's how it goes. So you can never be rich if all you do is save money. There's a place for it. There's a place for savings, but that's not the way to get rich or really be successful economically. And finally, okay, number six, knowledge and time are veritable tools for minimizing investment risks. This is so important too, because no matter how valuable an investment is, you need time for it to mature. So, so it's important to recognize this. It's not the day you plant a seed, you start reaping fruits. And it's important we recognize these elements. Time and knowledge are veritable tools, for minimizing investment risk. The moment you go to tamper with a seed you have just planted prematurely, what happens eventually is that you just basically lose, you lose your investments. I mean, you lose everything, including the capital. That's pretty much what happens. If you plant a seed today, if you're a farmer, you plant a seed, you don't go back checking the seed or uprooting to check the state of the seed. No, that's not what you do. You leave it for some time. It has gestation period. That gestation period is what minimizes your risk. The moment you go in, and uproot to check, you've literally killed your investment. That's exactly what people do. And then they consider saving money as investment, whereas they are like unlocking to uproot to check what is there and all of those things again, and then they put it back there again, and then they check it again, and then they look at it again, and then they look at it again. That's what people do, So, but smart people, what they've done, what smart people do, basically is whatever they make, they recapitalize again and again. They keep recapitalizing again and again, so that there comes a point where they begin to live off the from the grandchildren of their investment. Some people even live off the great grandchildren of their investment. It's the smartest place to be, right? While you have some high level degree of stability. So knowledge is very important. What I just shared with you now is knowledge, and it is important that you understand the gestation period for every investment that you're signing up for. So how long will it take? That's why some investments, if you liquidate prematurely, they tell you lose the return on investment, or you even lose part of your capital. Some investments will tell you, these are the attendant risks, but we have mitigated the loss of capital. The only one we cannot guarantee, we will give you, this is the projection, but this is what is likely to happen, and this is what we're going to do. So the knowledge of that alone will help you to take risk more sensibly and more intelligently. So it's very important that you acquire knowledge. I think that was on Monday, 6 p.m. Yeah, on Monday, I was invited by an organization, a real estate company, also in this country, that to facilitate, just to share thoughts on what first-time real estate investors should consider before going into real estate, before investing in real estate. As suitable, as powerful, as reliable as real estate is, it's not suitable for everybody. Not everybody understands how to play in there, especially first-timers. So you just say, oh, they are selling land, oh, they are selling property, you just jump and go. No, it doesn't work like that. So a lot of people don't acquire knowledge, because the more you know, the better you know. You know better, you do better. Basically, that's the way it works. All right. So then finally, the last fundamental when it comes to investing generally is never invest in what you do not understand. Never invest in what you do not understand. Never invest in what you do not understand. Till tomorrow, till today, I don't know if next week, anybody who talks to me about there are certain kind of investments that I'm not even interested in, and I have my reasons. I just don't. Doesn't mean it is bad. It is producing results for some people, but I don't do things because it is working for someone. I do things because I've gained some good understanding, of that. I've gained some degree of mastery, and anywhere I'm playing right now, I've lost money there at a low level. So I've mastered it, and I'm not sure that I'm ready for experimentation now. Especially at my level now, I don't think anybody is going to be able to trust me with their funds for investment to go and experiment. So, I get all kinds of calls, all kinds of proposals from now and again, and all of it looks very juicy. All of it looks very, very interesting, and all of this. I say, sorry, it is what I have mastered that has shown that I have proofs on. That's what I put money in. That's where I invest, right? That I'm sure in stability, no come what may, So that's very, very important. So never invest in what you do not understand. Never invest in what you do not understand. Very, very important. Now that singular point will save you heartaches. I have heard people say, "Oh, they did not tell me this. They made a certain investment. They said, and that company disappointed me." No, the truth of the matter is, did you read the document they gave to you? Did you pay attention to everything they were saying? Did you ask key questions? Today, now we run a chat with CEO in Lifepage, because we have an investment program that is ongoing, a real estate investment program that's ongoing, that's guaranteeing return on investment and even rental income for life. But we felt it because of these fundamentals. That's why we are doing the chat for CEO. There are people who will make investment without asking questions, right? There are people who just do things without, it's your hard-earned funds, and you deserve the right to know everything that concerns the investment, where you want to put your money, and then even if it was not your money, that's even what makes it far more sensitive. It belongs to other people, then your integrity is at stake. Other people's lives in your hands. You don't want to gamble with other people's resources, so you want to ask relevant questions. So you don't invest in what you have not thoroughly investigated. This is so important. Now, I am not saying that you can't take some level of risk based on the knowledge or the prowess of other people, but it's important to still ask very important questions to say, okay, sorry, what happens if this does not happen? What happens if this? What's the worst case scenario? What happens in this case? What's the safety of my phone? Ask those questions. See, before you part with your hard-earned funds, there's no stupid question. Every question is right. And if they consider your question too stupid, somebody called me, somebody sent me a message early in the year. I think that was February or so. Was it February? No, it was during the lockdown. It was April. The person sent me a powerful proposal, powerful. And then I prepared a series of questions and sent to the person. Apparently, this person who sent me this information, right, this opportunity, was not the direct link. So he forwarded my information, my questions, forwarded it to the direct link. And the person, in his response said, sorry, How much is the person investing that is asking all these useless questions? Now, we're not talking small money here, for crying out loud. So anybody who feels irritated by your questions just so that I can gain understanding does not qualify for your money, period. That's the way it is. Anybody, any company, any staff of any organization that feel wearied or irritated by your questions. And again, if you are not going to invest, it's also good to know. Let them know that you are sorry, I'm not planning to invest. And don't bother asking any further question. But if you are really ready, if you are a serious-minded investor, or you know somebody who has, let them ask all the questions. Just yesterday, one of our sales team leads was somewhere for a presentation, and this person that he went to see, the prospect he went to see, apparently has high level network of people who also want to invest. But the man said, sorry, I want to speak to your CEO. Now, that's not to say that everybody should be speaking with me, because anybody who's trying to get my attention now won't get it. The moment I'm done with this, I was in a meeting before coming here. As soon as I'm done with this meeting, I'm entering another meeting. As soon as I'm done there, I'm entering series of meetings. So there's no way I can really attend. That's why you should also try and get people to join the chat with the CEO. Tuesdays and Saturdays, 7 p.m. Yes, no matter how busy anybody may be anywhere in the world, they should give attention to that, and they should be prepared to ask any question whatsoever. I say it all the time. Anybody, and I'm repeating myself again, anybody who feels irritated by your questions regarding your investment in their company or in their project or whatever, and feels that you are asking too much question, does not deserve your dime. I'm telling you the truth. That's the way I see it. That's the way I see it. And that was how I knocked off that opportunity. There was no point. Why should I invest in something I'm not investigated? Why should I invest in something I don't understand? You are offering me something that looks too good to be true, and I'm asking you questions, and you say my questions are baseless. Wow. And you need my money? No, that's not going to work. And that's why I consider it a privilege to have people join us on a weekly basis, either weekday or weekend, and take 1 hour of our time to answer very pressing questions. Because you see, at the end of the day, you want to hear the stories before you part with your ardent funds, not be hearing the stories after you have parted with your ardent funds. All right. So this is very important. It's a fundamental. This will save you a lot of heartache. So anything that's not clear, you clarify it before you enter. And more importantly, ensure to have clarity and gain understanding. Make sure it is written. It's not just verbal, right? And that's why we have terms and conditions in all our programs, all our investments, even when you are buying a property, there are contract of sale, there's all kinds of things. All right. So this is so crucial. This is so important. This is so crucial and so important. All right. I think that brings me to the end of my lecture. So I hope I made a little sense to you all. And just in case you have any question, I'm ready. I'm free to take any questions right now. I try as much as possible to just keep our lecture as brief as possible, especially because we are streaming live online, and attention span, many things. Some of you right now maybe many other things may be competing for your time. All right, so please let's take note of this. If you have any question, please bring it on. Let's bring it on. Let's bring it on. If you have any question, please. I'm still waiting for questions. Based on what we shared just now and last week, we looked at part 1 last week, 7 fundamentals of investing. 7 fundamentals. These are the basic, the A to Z, so to speak. So we just gave you the abridged version, but it's valuable, and I hope you work with it. Because once you gain understanding also, like I said, then never invest in what you don't understand. Once you gain understanding, it also reduces your fear. It eliminates your doubts. So once you have all the clarity from the beginning, you understand the contract. If need be, get a lawyer to be involved to ask, all the relevant questions too on your behalf. Lawyers would think as though they are going to court from the beginning. So you want to make an investment, you bring your lawyer, let your lawyer be involved, whether it's with Lifepage or with any other organization for that matter. Involve your lawyer. The person was asking me some questions yesterday that our sales team lead went to see. And at a point, my sales team lead said, he said, how come he said, wow, with all that I've said to the man already, why is he asking all these questions? I said, no cause for alarm. That was the way I said it, no cause for alarm. He has a right to ask all the questions. And the man asked me, he said, sorry, can our lawyer be involved? I said, why not? Your lawyer should be involved. You are making investment decisions. You are making tough decisions about your family or your life, your company. You don't involve your lawyer. Involve lawyer from beginning. In fact, now some people involve police in the beginning. so that you can understand that, sorry, we can't gamble with our funds. We can't joke with our funds. And like I say to people, if we're planning to joke with anything that we were doing, if we're planning to gamble, we were planning to play pranks on people's funds, certainly we will not come out in the way and manner we are doing it. All right. For those of you who may not be aware, we have a jingle for Million Homes. The offer closes 31st of August. And so I would give that instruction right now. So RMU, please take note of that. There's an updated version. Just contact my executive assistant for that, and then we can share with people, share with loved ones and everybody, and let it go viral. Let everybody see what we have. And then if you also want to inspect our property, our ongoing development, Orange Apartments in Ogba Ikeja, please take advantage of it. You'll be glad you did. I was there again yesterday. I spent nearly the whole day there yesterday, and the progress is very encouraging, very, very encouraging. Anybody who that wants to buy into the development can also take advantage of this. They won't regret making that decision. So if they can't afford to buy an apartment, they can afford to invest. Everybody have an opportunity to take a piece, to invest in the piece of this development. And that's how I'm going to continue to repeat this in different cities across Africa. See, many big things are coming up, and I don't want you to be an onlooker. I don't want you to be a spectator. You need to take position. You can't afford to be talking stories when other people are making money. You get my point? So this is very, very important. Somebody saying that, sir, I joined late. Please, I appeal for a recap. Okay. Even though I'm just waiting for questions, since what the question you have asked is a recap. So let me do the recap from last week. So we started looking at 7 fundamentals of investing, and we began by establishing that there are 3 things you can do with money. We said you can waste money. This is what foolish people do. We also mentioned that you can spend money. This is what average, ordinary, common people do, right? Money is for spending. That's how they see money. I mean, whether it belongs to them or belongs to someone, money is for spending. So you want to make sure that that's not your case. And of course, the third category of people are wise people, and then those ones invest their money. So investing money is the third thing you can do. But we established that even though investing money is what you should do, and is the smartest thing you can do to make money work for you, to make money work hard for you rather than you having to work for money. But more importantly, it's also the smartest thing to do to multiply your money. Then you have to understand the basics of investing and not just go blindly and then say, oh, they did not tell me this. I get all of that kind of a thing, from time to time, even in different places I've been privileged to work in the past. And then I hear things like, they did not tell me this one before. That's why there are contracts. That's why there are forms. That's why whether it's digital or physical or offline, right? So you want to make sure that you read the contract, you read their terms and conditions. We don't often read. There are proposals, there are brochures. You request for these things and ask all the relevant questions. And if you've gotten satisfactory answer, then you proceed. And then, of course, we mentioned the number 1 fundamental of investing is always begin with the end in mind. What exactly do you want to achieve with this investment? We also mentioned that there's no such thing as risk-free investment. There are only low risk, moderately risky, and aggressively risky investment. Number 3, we said that there's a relationship between risk and profit, or risk and returns, as the case may be. We said that the higher your risk, the greater your returns. And the lower your risk, the lower your return. In any case, even if you are taking a higher risk, there are ways and measures that you can take to mitigate against such risk. All right, so it's very, very important. All right, and number four, we said there is a huge difference between savings and investment. Never confuse savings for investment. That you are saving money does not mean you are investing. That that you are saving does not mean you are investing. It has its place, but it's not a substitute for investment. As a matter of fact, your savings is a preparation, is a foundation for investment. Your savings is a foundation, is preparation for investment. And this is so crucial. And then number five, we said you can never be rich if all you do is save money and not invest. So you will never be rich if all you do is saving money. The tendency, you have a high tendency of aborting your savings faster than if you invested it. All right. And then if you invest, that's when you actually experience geometric growth over an extended period of time. But if you save money, you only enjoy arithmetic growth and sometimes marginal growth, very insignificant, but it has its own place, and I think I've mentioned that. You can watch the replay also. My dear brother who asked that question. The number six, we said knowledge and time are veritable tools, for minimizing investment risks. Knowledge will help to minimize risk. So that's why I always tell people the first number one investment you have to make whenever it comes to any area of your life, especially as it relates to investment, is invest in knowledge, invest in yourself, right? Very important. And then we said that for every investment, there's a time, there's a gestation period. You want to ascertain that gestation period. You want to know, just like a regular farmer will not plant a maize seed and then the next 4 days goes there to begin to uproot to check the state of the seed. So if he does, he has aborted that dream. And that's exactly what people do when they keep their money, by way of savings only. All right. So, and then finally, we said that never invest in what you do not understand. In as much as investing is superb, in as much as investing will help you to multiply your money, it's always important that you don't invest in what you don't understand. Don't do something because other people are doing it. Don't invest somewhere because some people said it is good. Ask your own questions to gain clarity, to gain understanding. And like I said in my last statement, any company, any system, any institution, however big or small they may be, that finds it irritating or frustrating to answer your questions satisfactorily does not deserve your money. Simple and straightforward. No grammar, no. And then if you have to involve a lawyer, please do. If you have to involve police from beginning, money is serious. All right. So I think that's about that. Let me take questions if there are any. Oh, I've already done it already. So so you can watch the recap, Mr. EGK, and any of you who is just joining now, you can watch the recap after this show. We're also on YouTube. Please always remember that we are on all social media platforms. You can follow at Lifepage Global on Facebook, just like our page. Go on Instagram and and follow at Lifepage Global, on Instagram, on Twitter, and on Facebook. You can also follow me on all social media platforms at Oladipupo Clem, at Oladipupo Clem on Instagram, on Facebook, and on Twitter. Just follow me on all those platforms, and then you get updates. On YouTube, you can click on the subscribe button right away at Lifepage Group on YouTube. And then for me, it's Oladipupo Clement on YouTube, right? So you want to do that right away because we have got loads of content that are coming out. All right. So for those of you who are just joining us, I have a tribe called the Tribe of Wealthy Origin, and we have a simple mission to raise 1,000 multi-millionaires in dollars over the next 5 years, and we are pursuing it aggressively. If you are a partner, you're listening to me right now, or you're just watching accidentally by any means, and you're joining from anywhere in the world, you want to take advantage of our next Financial Freedom Masterclass. By registering for the Financial Freedom Masterclass, you have an amazing opportunity, number one, to join this tribe for free for at least 1 year period. During that 1 year period, you have opportunity to take that class again and again and watch the replays and get new content. And then every week I provide coaching, I provide charge for all members of the tribe. We also connect them to opportunities, global and local investment and business opportunities, that they cannot afford to ignore. Beyond that, also we also have opportunity for collaboration, even within the tribe. And so, if we know your status, we know what you do, we know who you are, it gives opportunity for cross pollination. You need to understand that we are in the decade of tribes, and wherever you may be, the season we are in forbids lone ranging or being a lone ranger. So this season calls for collaboration, not competition. I love what Professor Patutomi shared with me. He said he calls it cooptation. Cooptation. So you co-opt people. So that's the age that we are in, and that's how we can mobilize for growth, mobilize for the change and the infrastructural development we need across Africa, the change that we desperately long to see. That's how we can make it happen. All right. So I think that's pretty much what it is. So let me just give. I'm not sure Mr. Okpa is online today. So let me quickly run through the announcement. So the live broadcast of Chat with the CEO now holds every Tuesday and Saturday by 7 p.m. So you would do well to invite everyone that wants to invest with a credible institution, credible organization, to join us in the Chat with CEO. The next edition will be on Saturday by 7 p.m. on the dot. All right. So please, if you have any question that people may be asking you also want to join in that conversation. That Chat with CEO is an opportunity for each and every one of us here to be able to get first-hand information, to be able to respond to any question that anybody may ask you. The essence of bringing people also to the chat room is to clarify and then to give them access to the highest ranking officer in the organization. At least if we are planning to run away, there are many things. We have too much on ground that we cannot afford to lose because we're trying to raise little amount of money. So we have our name as the most important asset to us, and I want to encourage you and family members to get people to join us. The last Tuesday was quite encouraging, and we look forward to another very amazing time, an amazing time out on Saturday 7 p.m. So don't waste your contacts. You have 250 people on your phone list minimum. Some of you have 2,000. Some of you have 1,000 phone contacts on your phone. You want to engage them to join in that meeting. All right. So, and any question they may have regarding Orange Apartments or Million Homes, please bring it on. If need be, send the questions ahead of time by sharing those questions with our official lines 09060005737, 09060005747. I'm sure many of you here are already familiar with those numbers. So you can send those questions ahead, or you bring it on the day of the event. The beauty of the platform, the beauty of the Chat with CEO is the fact that it is running virtually. So regardless of where you may be, or regardless of where your family and friends may be, anywhere in the world, they can join in that meeting. Also, the boot camp comes up this Saturday. So 2 days from now, we'll be having this Saturday, July 25, by 7:30 p.m. We'll be having the boot camp. So new partners, those of you who are just joining for the first time, you are members of this tribe, and you are looking forward to, beyond buying. Some of us here as partners are investors in Lifepage already. You have bought in Lifepage, but you also have family members. Now there's a way by which you can also still make money in doing the same thing. I mean, whether you get the compensation or not, that the compensation will go to somebody else anyway. So why not just refer and to get the benefit ultimately? So that's the whole idea behind being a partner with Lifepage. So we have investing partners who are our clients, and we have marketing partners who are the ones who take advantage of our referral system. So you want to make sure you get them. Any of you who was part of our meeting, the last Global Wealth Creation Summit, and you registered, it will be an opportunity for you to join. This boot camp session is going to be amazing. 7:30 to 9:30 on Saturday morning. So first thing in the morning, 7:30 to 9:30, sharp we don't do, right? And then we'll be able to take it up from there. The essence also is so that you can see how you can fully maximize the money-making opportunities. This season, you cannot just stick to one income. One source of income is not reliable at all. So you need something that will be generating cash flow for you also by way of referrals and all of those things. So if you want to be a part of that, if you need further clarification, please call the numbers 090 6000 5737 090 5747. And then, so that's about that. The video for the Global Wealth Creation Summit is still made public at the moment due to demand, but we can take it down at any time. So if you're hearing about the Global Wealth Creation Summit and you're wondering what are they talking about, it would be nice you go on our YouTube Lifepage group YouTube channel and watch the replays of all the sessions that we had. It was a phenomenal session. Everyone that I invited to join that program, have their own special favorites. Some people told me, oh, it was Adenike Ogunlesi that was their favorite. Some people said, oh, it was, Dr. Lumide Emmanuel that was that. Some people said it was Tade Cash. Some people told me that it was Samson. Different people had their own favorites. But whichever one was your favorite, each day adds an amazing, session. It was an amazing session. So we had 26th and 27th of June. You can still go back at day 1 and day 2. You want to go back there and watch it again for yourself. Many of the programs, many of the books, many of the seminars we have been privileged to attend. One of the things that has been a defining point for me personally has been mainly the decisions I took out of those meetings. Period. My mentor often says that it is not great meetings that make great people. It is great decisions. So the decisions that you take watching these videos is what transforms your life. Is what brings about the change that you are longing to see. All right. So please go back there before we pull it down and it's no longer accessible. Please, we've been announcing this back to back. We will not announce it again from next week. Please note that it will no longer be an announcement from next week. So if you go there and you find it there, congratulations. If you now go there and you don't find it there again, don't ask us for any questions. So please, you have the opportunity now to do so. And please, for those of you who also invited people to join the Global Wealth Creation Summit, don't be a bad idea to get them to come and to go and watch those replays as well. And then just in case you also have new people that was not in any way part of that conference, you can still get them to go and watch those replays just so that they can get a sense of some of the things that the majority of us benefited. All right. There was a survey sent out to all partners. Now, this is very crucial. This is a very crucial announcement. Please pay attention to this. A survey was sent out to all partners to get feedback on the change of timing. We're making a lot of adjustments. We are used to Thursday meetings before pre-COVID, and since COVID, we've still been sticking to Thursdays. However, since the platform we use for engagement is no longer physical, we are beginning to think that we can reschedule for another date, another time. So a feedback form was shared with each and every one of us. Please fill that form. We want to know whether we can move to Sunday evenings for our meetings that we're doing on Thursdays like this. Please, your response will go a long way in helping to make the decision we really love to make. All right. So please fill that survey form and it will help us to make a decision. Site inspection to Orange Apartment is still ongoing. The offer, the 1-bedroom apartment already sold out. The 2-bed are going very fast. 3-bed are also going very fast. So if you have any clients and you don't know how to convince them or how to show them what the potentials and opportunities are, feel free to reach out to these numbers 090 6000 5747 090 6000 5737, and you'll be glad you did. You can book an inspection. You can book the time for inspecting the property, and then please contact those numbers for clearance, for confirmation of time to go for inspection. So anytime, any day. We are available. There's no way you get there week in, week out, and you won't see any significant change going on in that place. I mean, it's amazing. By next week, any of you who have been there before, by next week, by the time you are getting there next week, what you'll be seeing will beat your imagination. So you want to take advantage of that. Now, the for Lifepage Estates, I need to quickly mention this. For Lifepage Estates, we have for Lifepage Group, we have 3 key SBUs that all of us must be aware of. We have the Lifepage Estate as partners. You need to understand this very clearly. We have the Lifepage Estates, we have the Lifepage Homes, and we have the Lifepage Investments. We have the Lifepage Estates, we have the Lifepage Homes, we have the Lifepage Investments. The Lifepage Estate is the one responsible for all our estates nationwide, right? So Mr. Okpe Oluwaoni is the MD. We will be doing an official appointment, and then we'll make it really official, and then cover it and all of that, so that people will know officially. Many of you already are aware of that. So anything that relates to Lifepage Estate on a national scale, right? Whether Abuja, Port Harcourt, Lagos, Ogun, wherever we may have our estate developments, that's the man to reach out to. That's the man in charge of that. Then we also have Lifepage Homes. That is the arm of the company that is responsible for Orange Apartments, Ikorodu Homes, and other collection of housing development in the coming months, in the coming weeks and months. All right, so you don't want to take that for lightly. Nobody is there right now. A driver is still we're scouting for a driver for that right now within the organization. So once that is done, we'll also introduce formally on who is responsible for that arm of the business. And then, of course, we also have the Lifepage Investment. That's the one responsible for Million Homes. So the Million Homes, we have Adidamola Omolekon. So that's the current sales team lead for, the Lifepage Investments, the Million Homes. And that's the sales team lead for that. So just in case you have any query or whatsoever, please reach out to those official lines. They will connect you to whoever needs to respond to you, attend to your needs. All right. And then that will be all for now. The media promo for Lifepage Estates ends by July 31st. The offers are simple and straightforward. Some of those offers, you get as much as 40%. You have 40% discount. You also get as much as, opportunity to pay spread payment for up to 36 months. Some offers, once you make a 50,000 naira deposit, you get a bag of rice. You get 50 kg bag of rice. You also get 5-liter oil and all of those things. So those offers will be wrapping up by the end of this month. All right. So please save this official line so that you are constantly in the loop each time we send out updates from time to time. Please don't forget, stay safe and follow all the safety precautions as laid down by NCDC and WHO. Since there are no questions to answer today, we look forward to your feedback on the survey form that we've already shared. Please don't hesitate to fill that, because we'll be making decisions based on that survey report. Thank you so much for your time today. I truly and truly appreciate your partnership and appreciate the relationship. And I believe that together we'll make a great mark in the side of Africa and then Africa at large. Our spread, our tentacles is towards Africa, is for Africa. We are made for Africa and made for Africans. So everything we do is global in impact, global in quality, but we are reaching out to Africa. That's why we call it Million Homes Africa. So if you've not already subscribed as a partner, don't be a signpost showing people the way to the wealthy place. You too, you need a journey, right? You can do installments. You can do installments little by little and then graduate into that. All right. So please take advantage of these opportunities, right? Take advantage. If you are borrowing money to do this, it's not a waste. You have borrowed money to buy a B before. So why not borrow money to change your life? Borrow money to invest. All right. So make sure that you take advantage of this opportunity before it closes. August 31st is the close of that offer. We also brought to our notice that the TGIF, the Game Plan Investment Club, will be everyone who has subscribed to who are members of the Game Plan Investment Club still remains members, but we are changing the face of that. To we are changing the outlook of the investment club from next month. So by end of this month, we'll make it exactly 7 years that we've been administering the Game Plan Investment Club, and we've recorded, major breakthroughs, right? And we're very excited about what we've done, and we're taking it to another level altogether. So join us from 1st of August. We will no longer be running the Game Plan Investment Club the way and manner we have done it. So there will be no more Game Plan Investment Club. To be a different name, a different package, a different thing altogether. We'll give you more updates as we make progress. So we thank you so much once again for your time. Please do have a lovely and a splendid weekend ahead of you. Bye for now. Bye for now.